I was just saying, despite his tough exterior, action hero Sylvester Stallone is a family man at heart. And earlier this week, his daughters said that he knows them so well, they often ask him to write their breakup text because men know men. Do they? Nadia, what about you? Would you write a breakup text for one of your girls?
I would love to. I would absolutely love to get in there. I would love to. But I don't think that's right. But I would certainly counsel them if they ask me. I think it's such a learning curve, breaking up with somebody or being broken up with, isn't it? Such a big shift. Mind you, I did have to break up with my sister Dina's boyfriend, a couple of boyfriends, actually. And, oh, my God, it was just awful. The first time I had to do it, she'd met this guy on holiday in Jordan, holiday romance. It was all lovely, messages going back and forth. And then somewhere along the line, she got the ick, but didn't share that with any of us. And then one day she came to me, she goes, "You'll never believe it. He's flying over. He's here tomorrow." I said, oh, my God, that's so romantic. She went, no, it's not. I don't like him anymore. And I was like, he's on a plane on his way up to see you. I said, oh, my God, what are you going to do? She said, I'm not going to do anything. I said, oh, my God, what do you mean? She goes, you are? I said, what? She goes, you're going to break up with him for me because I can't. And I did. I had to break up with him. Oh. He rings on the door. I go down to the door. He's standing on the doorstep, beautiful, big, brown, liquid eyes. And I'm like, because I was going to be all, like, tough. And then I saw his face and I just felt so bad. And I said, look, I'm really sorry. Oh, my God, I gave the worst excuse. I said, Dina, she's not going to come downstairs. And he said, oh, why? You know, like, wondering if she's ill. I said, she fell in love with somebody else. He said, but I was talking to her recently. I went, oh, no, it only happened last weekend. You know, classic teenager.
Was it Annie Palmer?
Oh. Well, the early days. But he got out this box. He had this bracelet made for it. It was all these filigree silver hearts all linked together. And I was like, oh, thanks. Took it up to her. Again, the brutality of teenage girls. She went, well, I don't want it. And I went, well, I love it. And I wore it for years. I think sometimes I even used to pretend that some lover of mine had given it to me, but...
What about you, Linda?
I think it's really bad to do it by text. I think you should meet them and tell them. I know it's going to be hard meeting them and telling them, but I really think it's a horrible thing to do by text, to read a text message saying, especially if you've been with them for a long time, they deserve you to go and speak to them and tell them why you don't want to be with them anymore. Yeah. So, no, I would not help them write text. I'll say, no, you go and see them and you tell them why you don't want to be with them.
Quite right, too. I mean, he obviously has a very... I mean, they obviously really trust him, his daughters, because the notion that our daughters would let Gary anywhere near their phones if it was coming to doing a breakup, it just wouldn't happen. Yeah. What about you, Kelly? What do you think?
Well, I haven't got children, but I do my research, of course. I have many nieces and nephews. And my sister-in-law, who I thought would go, yeah, I'll be to do the text, I'll be safe, because she hasn't got a filter, said to me that she says to her nephew, who is a right mummy's boy, she would advise him how to write it because she doesn't believe that boys have the emotional intelligence to break up nicely because then it's, like, back on them as well later on, so a bit of respect for the girl. So I was very surprised by
I think that can be boys and girls because I think until you're hurt, you've got no idea what that pain is actually like. Yeah. So you're much more brutal when you're a young teen. Oh, well, there's the bracelet, is there? But I think that's brilliant when mums do that because it is really confusing for boys as well because girls tend to talk much more about it. It's so unless you... It's a training period.
I think boys probably do the ghosting thing, doesn't it? You know what I mean? 1 minute they've been great and the next minute you don't hear from them.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. See, I would have loved a dumping text. There's nothing worse than somebody going, and you know what's coming. And you're like, oh, no, I would have happily been dumped by text.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want that, like, whole conversation, go for a drink, eat. You just want to know, you just want to get on with it.
You're weird. Right.